All right, so what we have here is a simulation of what it would be like to have our pallet wood and how we would want to cut them up. The diagonals is that you want to cut them at a 45-degree to give it that more tree look. At the top, you can see that there's some excess wood with the numbers upside down. Those will get moved to a different location. The boards are going to be staggered front and back with about a half an inch overlay on each side so that you can nail them together. The numbers and the arrows represent your lengths. So on the bottom board, it's going to be 40 inches on the bottom and 32 inches on the top. And on the second board, it'll be like 32 inches on the bottom, 30 inches on the top, so on and so forth. So now I'm going to animate this so you guys can see how it's going to look to actually place the boards. Now the excess material, you can actually burn it if you want, or dispose of it however you want to, and then we're going to paint it green. Okay, here I'm trying to get my center line and also figure out my measurements and set it up for my 45-degree angles so that I can cut these pieces. All right, here I am setting up the miter saw so that I can cut my 45s. And the nice thing is if you happen to do multiple trees or want to make multiple trees, you can just stack them on top of each other. I would recommend not doing any more than three. Two is definitely good. Sorry about the focus going in and out. I was using my webcam and it has autofocus. So here I am making those 45s and getting ready to set up to actually put the pieces together to make the tree. Now the extra pieces that are on the ends, when you go to place them in the other areas, you are going to have to cut them a little bit shorter just so that the distancing is correct. Now here I am starting to use my nail gun to piece them all together. I am staggering them so that they are front and back to give it a nice 3D look. You don't necessarily have to do that. You can just stack them next to each other and put a plywood board or something else as backing so that it's just 2D. I happen to like mine is a 3D. And then I did make the overlaps about, it was either a quarter of an inch to half an inch on the overlaps when I nailed it together. And of course I nailed the front and the back just to give it the added support. There I was just lining up my centers to make sure everything lines out correctly. Gotta replace those nails when they run out. Now I'm going to give it a nice green paint job. I'll come back later on and paint some whites on the tips and kind of frost white down the center to give it the look of having snow. And here is the finished products. Thanks for watching.